JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, joy in Majestic Gardens as 32 get keys. For 62-year-old Rachel Smith, living along the gully bank in the Majestic Gardens neighborhood of St. Andrew, was particularly challenging. Smith, who grew up in the gritty community, lamented that her worst memories occurred during the hurricane season, when her previous board and zinc dwelling was pelted by gusts that accompanied torrential rains. The senior citizen has lost furniture and other possessions to flooding. Life was rough for me down the bottom, cause when the gully come over and I flood right out, and some of my stuff were damaged during the rain, she said. Majestic Gardens, popularly called Back to, is within the vicinity of Portia Simsimilla Square, bordered on the northeast by Spanish Town Road, southeast by the Drew Gully, and southwest by the railway lines. But Smith now has a new lease on life as she joined 31 other homeowners who were handed keys to their new houses on Wednesday. I feel joyful. I couldn't believe that I could own my own home at 62, she said excitedly, thanking God for his blessings. The National Housing Trust (NHT), which funded the project, constructed the units under the Community Renewal Program. The units comprise studios costing $4.8 million each, one-bedrooms sold for $6 million per unit, and two-story three-bedroom units priced at $8.9 million each. NHT provides subsidies ranging from $1.7 million to $1.9 million per unit. 3 houses were reserved for distribution under the new social housing program. Ron James, a member of the NHT Board of Directors, said the keys the recipients collected would not only unlock the doors of their physical homes, but were critical to other life-changing opportunities. These houses are not just a space our contributors to reside in. Their safety, comfort, legacy, and peace of mind, said James. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said that he was pleased that needing working-class Jamaicans, including employees working in manufacturing, security, cashiering, and customer service, had managed to acquire their own homes. Holness said that construction of 1,505 housing solutions in Kingston and St. Andrew was progressing as planned and should be completed within 3 years. The administration is targeting the provision of 70,000 new homes in its 5-year electoral term. 2 murdered in Clarendon drive-by shooting. 2 men were shot dead during a drive-by shooting in Buckner, Clarendon on Wednesday evening. They have been identified as 20-year-old Javoy Pusey and 25-year-old Tony J. Huggan, both of Buckner. The men were among a group gathered along Melvin Jones Boulevard about 7:05 when a car drove up. The occupants opened gunfire hitting Pusey and Huggan. Pusey's body had to be retrieved from a waterless canal that he fell in while trying to escape the gunmen. Huggan died while being treated at hospital. Soup vendor fatally shot in Westmoreland. The Westmoreland police have identified a soup vendor who was gunned down early Thursday morning on Barracks Road in Savlamar. He is 55-year-old Elroy Palmer, otherwise called Soupy, of a Landalo address in the parish. Scores of residents are in disbelief following Palmer's death, as many would look forward to purchasing their hot, fresh cup of soup after work or parties. A customer who did not want to be named said that Palmer was a good man. He added that the now deceased man would park his cart along a plaza where he would make most of his sales. He said Palmer would then make his last sale in front of the JN ATM, park his cart across the road in a yard, and then head home. However, Palmer's usual routine was interrupted when he parked his cart and attempted to head home. He was attacked and shot multiple times. At the scene of the shooting, on the pavement where Palmer's gunshot-riddled body was, flowers were placed to commemorate his killing. Probe underway into Above Rock's fiery death. The St. Catherine North Police are probing if the discovery of charred remains of a man found Tuesday in an unfinished building was linked to a family squabble over land in Above Rocks. The police theorized the dead man, Richard Hoyes, otherwise called Dragon, 58, was shot and burned to death sometime between midnight Monday and 8 a.m. on Careys Road in the community. Hoyes, who lived in the community but had moved to Majestic Gardens, Portland, had reportedly returned to the area recently. I think about 6 shot him get and then burn him, said a resident familiar with the incident who requested anonymity. Reports from the Lindsay police are that householders heard explosions and later called the police. The police said that a number of spent casings were found at the scene. Some residents said they were not familiar with Hoyes because they had left the community many years ago. The St. Catherine North Police are asking anyone with information to contact the Linstead Criminal Investigations Branch. The division has recorded a near 51% increase year-on-year in murders up to August 22. 95 people have been killed so far compared to 63 in 2021. Nationally, 968 people have been murdered, a 4% increase when compared to the corresponding period in 2021. I dread coming to see another resignation, says principal. Teacher migration is not expected to severely impact the new academic year at Marcus Garvey Technical High School in St. Anne, as Principal Aniona Jones says only 3 teachers have resigned their post in recent times. Although we do dread the resignations, I am very fortunate as a principal though, when I compare my institution to colleagues of mine that would have lost almost their entire math department, language department, general studies, humanities. One school that I'm aware of lost 19 teachers so far, Jones said. The headmistress said that the current exodus from the local classrooms did not materialize overnight, as she knew of teachers who were planning to migrate earlier but were forced to postpone their plans because of the COVID-19 pandemic. She said that Marcus Garvey Technical has been able to recruit teachers fresh out of college to fill some vacancies. And while wishing departing teachers well, the principal, nevertheless, noted that there was a gap being created by the migration of these experienced educators. Some of you, though your skills are irreplaceable, you have some unique combinations of measures and interests and hobbies and experience, and it is posing quite a challenge to get someone to do the things that you used to do, she said, addressing the teachers. Jones suggests changes in the teacher training regiment going forward. It means now that we have to look at the system again. What are those combination of subjects that we have at the college level? Are we really thinking about emerging professions, emerging subjects, emerging jobs and interests? Maybe we need to align college a little bit more. New combinations, auto mechanics, welding, and maybe art, because automotive art is a brand new industry. Again, computer science with art and graphics, because, again, digital media marketing are emerging fields. So that is something new for us in education to figure out, she said. It's going to be a tough September, she admitted. I will have to redo my timetable. This is the 5th iteration, and it's still not September morning. And like my fellow principals each day, I dread coming to school, not knowing if there will be another resignation on the desk. Indicom probing fatal police shooting of teen boy. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing the fatal shooting of a teen boy by the police along Water Lane in downtown Kingston last night. He has been identified as 15-year-old Naranda Booth. Indicom says information from the police is that a 3-member team was on mobile patrol when about 10:30, the cops came under gunfire from a group of 4 men, which was returned. 2 of the men reportedly escaped, 1 surrendered, and another was seen suffering from gunshot wounds. The injured teenager was transported to hospital where he died while undergoing treatment, according to Indicom. It was reported that an imitation board gun wrapped in black tape was recovered at the scene. The detained man has been interviewed by Indicom, and inquiries continue into the reported account of the incident. The oversight body says the cops provided initial accounts of the incident to its investigative team and were each served with notices to provide a statement and to visit the commission to be interviewed. Processing of the incident seen by Indicom included the collection of forensic exhibits and the recovered weapon, swabbing of the hands of the deceased for gunshot residue, and the sealing of the service firearms of the concerned cops for testing. Indicom is encouraging members of the public who can assist the investigation to come forward. 126 new COVID-19 cases, no deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 126 new COVID-19 cases on Wednesday, August 24, bringing the infection total to 149,218. The new cases comprise 65 females and 61 males, with ages ranging from 3 months to 96 years. The cases were recorded in St. Catherine, 37, Kingston and St. Andrew, 29, St. James, 15, St. Anne, 10, St. Elizabeth, 9, St. Thomas, 6, Manchester, 6, Westmoreland, 5, Clarendon, 4, St. Mary, 2, Trelawney, 2, and Hanover, 1. No deaths were recorded for the period. There were 122 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 96,098. Currently, 105 people are hospitalized, 20 of whom are moderately ill, 4 severely ill, and 3 in critical condition. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 22.1%. JBN, we keep you informed. Please